Hi, Yvonne here with It's on Paper on Purpose, and I'm just satisfying my need to share how I take book notes. And if you're interested, thanks for coming. And if not, you're free to leave. Okay, so how I take book notes, I'm just gonna get to it, and then I will show another way of that I was taking book notes, but I fell in love with this method, so I'll just share it first. Even though I'd rather take the long roundabout way to get to how I got to taking these notes. So one thing I am doing is for this year, I told myself I needed to do one book at a time, read one book at a time. So, or one study book at a time, and then one like novel at a time. Because I am known to have multiple books open. Like, I actually use books as page markers. Not yeah, like actual, like full-on books as page markers. Don't tell the library I do that. But so this is a library book. I actually finished this book because it doesn't happen when I have like several books going on. So what I have loved, absolutely loved, is that so if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I do take notes on index cards. I absolutely love index cards. They're handy, they're cheap, they're accessible, and so I have been taking my notes on index cards for a long time. So I have come to take them here. So what I do is put the title. Well, actually, I printed it out here because this is for my box, the interest of my box, so that I can have it and put it into my box and have it, the title, available, so that I can just flip through the books. And so what I do is the first page, I put the information of the book, title, author. I've come to start putting the publisher and year, and also I made a notation down here when I started the book, when I ended it, and how many pages, so I can just get a good idea of how long it's taking me to get through a book. And so the next page is, I'm not sure why I left those pages blank. It doesn't matter, who cares? So then I put the chapters, what was included in the chapters of the book. And so what I have been doing is, okay, so I got this method from Scott Shepard, and his method was to do it on index cards. I'll get to this in a minute because I just want to get through this. So instead, I have been using one of these little, this is a Portage. I use the back because this is noisy for me, so I just flip it over, and I was trying to block that out. I have been using the book this way. I put the page number on the side where when I find a sentence or an idea or some kind of, something that I want to reference, instead of highlighting it, I'll just make the page number the idea or sentence. I am a verbatim writer. I am a trained stenographer, so I just cannot get away from being writing verbatim. So I just write it down as it is said in the book. So these are the page numbers, and this tells me that I made a card. If I make a card for this specific sentence or area in the book, I likely went into more detail on the card. So this is just a little snippet of what I just read that resonated with me, and I'm writing it down. So it just goes down the line page. Sometimes you'll find more than one thing on a page that you want to reference, and so that's where these little sticky tabs come in. This is a library book, so I'm just using tabs to mark what page. So on page 3, I'll probably have 3 tabs, perhaps. No, that's okay. I don't tab every idea. I just like, if I really wanted to go back to it, that way when I'm looking for it, here, see, page 15 has 3 tabs. So 15. So there were 4 ideas from this, but I only tabbed 3 of them for whatever reason. So this tells me that there's a card that I did make a card, and that's probably in my waiting room right now because I still have a backlog of cards. And so instead of highlighting, I'll just put a tab where the notation is that I want to review. So here, problems are the shadows created by man when he refuses. Your problems are intelligence functioning in a field of intelligence. Like, oh my gosh, your problems, like, we're, our minds are intelligent, our minds are brilliant, and we are creating problems when like your brain is like, oh my god. So I just love this method. So I'll show you what I was doing before. So I actually went through the whole book like this. What I love about this method is that they are not on cards. As much as I love index cards, this was driving me nuts, this little method of doing it on index cards. So I came over here and I was like, how am I gonna bind this? I'll get to these again in a minute, but how am I gonna bind these? Because I can't just throw them in my purse. I mean, look at that. I just lost them. I lost them. But this, I can grab it, I can take it with me. I can, instead of like mindlessly scrolling, or if I'm in line or if I'm waiting for an appointment and I don't want to like study a book, I can just take this out, review my notes. It's like rereading the book, but just in my own what I thought was important, in my own hand. And yeah, like, oh wow, I don't remember reading that. I need to remind myself of that again. So here's that. So I was taking notes, and this might help you if you like taking notes. This method, it did help me when I learned it. But I will say that this part of having loose cards was driving me nuts. I do have a love-hate relationship with loose leaf paper. So this is it, and this is my solution to that. So like I said, this method is from Scott Schipper, and his tribe, let's say, attracts academic people that are trying to create books or material to put out into the world, in whatever shape or form that may be, whether it be papers or I don't know, but for me, I'm just taking my notes just because I'm just a lifelong learner. I don't know. I'm just interested in this stuff. So I was taking this. This is my own copy, and I was taking notes on this book. So I didn't even bother with the publishing information. Like, that wasn't a big deal. I mean, I'm not trying to cite it, but if you are a student, if you are using this for like an academic kind of use, then this is where you would put your citation, the proper citation. So if this was a library book, you could return it, but then still have the information that you need in order to make the citation. So here, Scott Schipper does this a bit differently. He'll write it here, and he'll churn the card and then write the notes. I don't care to do that because it just, my brain is like, wait, which way are we going? Like, I just need consistency. So I do it here, and then I have to number the cards because I'll get lost. So it's the same method as the book. It's a page number, and then if I have a card, then I'll make a little notation there. But here we go. Like, I just get lost because I'm like, wait, what card is this? So this is why I have, look at that. They're all out of order now. You know what? It doesn't matter. Here, look, I found this. Oh, and then, okay, so wait, I did use these books. This is from Infinite Possibilities. By the way, I am an Infinite Possibilities certified trainer. I'm so interested in our potential as being humans, and in not only in our bodies but in our minds, and we're just so brilliant. And that's why if you're watching this far, I just want you to know how amazing you are. Like, you are beautiful, you're brilliant, and you're amazing. We all are, but you specifically are so beautiful, so brilliant, so amazing. So my dear viewer, this is what I was doing before. I'm like trying to find the solution to these cards, and so I started using one of these little books. It a different brand. This is TWONE. If you're interested in this, these are all 3.5 by 3.5 by 5.5 inches, so it's just a bit bigger than a standard 3x5 index card. So these do fit in the box that I'm using for my in my notebox index cards, and so I was using the same format, except this was like a hard stop. It's like I don't know, that this little spine. I love books, I love journaling. Like, this is not new, but for some reason it the form, I don't know. You know what? When you're a paper snob, like, things like this matter. It bothered me that it was doing that. So I took the cue from writer Carol, who he's the bullet journal guy. He has like a little takeaway book and he has it like this. So that's where I got the idea to flip the book around. And guess what? When I write like this, it just feels like one big index card. So I've really been enjoying this because I feel like my my idea doesn't have to have a hard stop. Even though it's not my idea, I'm actually writing it verbatim from the book, but still, it's like it doesn't have a hard stop here. I can just continue. I feel like it's a flow of writing. So I really taken to doing this. If this might work for you. This is a mess. I'm gonna have to come back for it later. This might work for you, or this might work for you, but either way, I hope any one of these methods helps you, my dear and amazing one. So I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.